What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. And this is where we at now. So I've ran across this, and this gentleman here has a wife that's from Ukraine, grew up over there and things like that. And she has a true disdain for Zelensky. And also there's word out there that, Zelensky's henchmen are out there kidnapping decent citizens, fathers, husbands, things like that. He's and putting them on the front lines without any training, without any type of substance or anything like that. It's crazy out there. So Zelensky's pulling all the things that he's pulling. Obviously, we can clearly see that when he came to the White House, he had his tail on his shoulders, thought he was big stuff. So we're going to dive off into this, people. So let's go here now. Let's check this out. I got this other part right here that I'm going to show you guys where they're also taking men off the streets. Let's go here now.
Работаешь где? Документы не проверили. Он говорит, я это видела все. Они его крутили насильно, блин.
This is wild. Look at this.
Отпустите, блядь. Это капец просто. Это жесть.
Listen, look, man, this is wild, bro. We could not, our armed forces could not get away with doing this over here. They would not be, it would be horrible if they try to pull this off over here. Man, come on, people. Come on. This is crazy. So we're going to keep going here, and we're going to see what the gentleman had to say about his wife and what he thinks as well. So let's dive off into it. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
My wife is Ukrainian. Here's what her family thinks about me exposing the truth. People keep asking me, hey, what does my wife think about all this? About me speaking out, about me calling out Zelensky, the corruption, the media, the lies. What does her family think? Well, let me tell you. My wife is Ukrainian, as you know, from Kharkov. She grew up speaking Russian, like so many of them in the East. Her parents, they lost their home, gone, reduced to rubble. Their pensions were cut because they left the country to be safe. They worked their whole lives, and now they get $140 a month. Their friends have been snatched off the streets, dragged to the front, never to be seen again. We got them out when the war started. We saved them from the destruction, the chaos, the insanity. But they were lucky. Most aren't. But you want to know how they feel about what I'm doing? They're glad I'm speaking out. Because they see it. They know what's really happening. And they know that what the media tells you, what the politicians tell you, isn't the whole truth. They know that Zelensky allowed this war to start, that he took an already corrupt government and made it much worse. They know their home is gone forever. And the people in power, they don't care. So when people ask me, how does your wife feel about this, Stephen? The answer is simple. She supports me because she actually knows what's happening. Her family sees it firsthand. And unlike the screaming, virtue signaling Ukrainian flag waving activists, they take it in stride. They just want it to end, whatever it takes. They just want to go home. You know who doesn't like me speaking out? I tell you, the people who need you blind, the ones making billions off this war, the ones who profit while families like my wife's are left with nothing, the activists who make a career out of outrage. I don't speak out for me. I speak out because millions of Ukrainians like my wife's family can't. I don't need a flag in my bio. I don't need to scream slogans. I listen to the people actually living through it. And if that pisses you off, maybe it's time you ask yourself, why does the truth make you so damn angry? Why is anything that doesn't fit your personal bias a threat to you? Most of you have never been to Ukraine, never will. And when the media stops telling you to care, you'll move on just like you always do. So give it a rest, will you? Think of the people who actually have skin in the game and support them. And by the way, Russians want peace too. Most civilians on both sides, they just want peace. That's it. Simple. Share this. Let people hear the voices they don't want you to hear.
And I definitely agree with him on that. Shout out to him. Real talk. I definitely agree with him on that. I really do think that the citizens actually want the peace, but of course, I think Zelensky is really trying to carry this on, and hold on. Hold on. All right. So yeah, I think they really want peace, and it's inevitable. We're going to have to get this. I don't care what nobody says. We're going to have to get this. Zelensky's going to have to bend the knee, come on in, sign the deal like he was supposed to in the first place, and make this happen, because too many people are, dying and things like that. And it's a horrible situation on both sides, Russia and Ukraine. And it's just horrible, man. It's just horrible. So, all right, hold on a second. I got more, because we're going to keep going. And yeah, it's crazy, but it's the truth. It's crazy, but it's the truth. You guys give me a second here, and I got you. And we're going to see what else he had to say about this situation. Then I got the reason why they want to keep the war going.
Zelensky's tyranny, the ugly reality. You think you know Ukraine's struggle? Well, think again. Behind the facade of democracy, President Zelensky is running a dictatorship disguised as a war effort. The media tells you he's a hero. The reality, he's silencing opposition, looting his own country, and forcing civilians to die for a war that only benefits the elites. People keep commenting and asking about the videos of men in Ukraine being kidnapped and forced to the front.
Now, I showed y'all the videos up front, right? Y'all saw the videos of them gentlemen being taken off the streets, ripped from his wife's arms, family's arms, things like that. Come on, man. This is not how it's supposed to be. And you have to think about this. If those men over there are not patriots of their country, you have to ask yourself why. Why don't those men want to fight? Why don't they want to actually, fight for their country, their homeland, the place that they eat, sleep, shit, work, and things like that? Why aren't they wanting to fight for this? And you have to ask yourself that question. To see those gentlemen being taken like that, it has to click something in your mind that something is actually wrong over in Ukraine. The Russians are not being tossed in the trucks and stuff like that and made to go to the front lines. They're doing it because that's their duty. That's what those Russian men want to do. They want to defend their nation. And if their nation is going to war, then that's what they have to do. But obviously in Ukraine, it's another scenario. It's something else going on, and it's just the truth out here.
Use Google. They're everywhere. If you don't believe it, do your own research. It's real. And if you're still blindly waving your little Ukrainian flag on social media, writing Slava Ukraini like it actually means something, congratulations, you're playing right into the hands of the establishment. Right. Let's start with the corruption. Zelensky's government is drowning in scandals. Defense officials have been caught embezzling funds meant for soldiers on the front lines, humanitarian aid stolen, foreign money disappearing into private bank accounts. And while they're living in luxury, Ukrainian men and men are being hunted down like animals, kidnapped off the street, dragged from their homes, beaten, stuffed into vans, and shipped to the front lines with no training, no weapons, and no choice. And if you dare speak up, if you question Zelensky's war machine, you're silenced. Journalists who expose corruption are harassed, threatened, or worse. Independent media is being shut down. Opposition parties are banned. This isn't democracy. This is a dictatorship. Hundreds of Ukrainian friends, family, and people still living through this are begging me to share this information. This isn't Russian propaganda, friends. These are the voices of people living it. So respect that. If you actually care about Ukraine, stop believing the press, or stop believing me if you want. Go do your own damn research. And here's the final insult. While Ukraine burns, while men are dying in the mud, while families are ripped apart, Zelensky and his wife are living like royalty, shopping sprees, five-star hotels, and luxury vacations, all funded by your tax dollars and foreign aid. Put your bias aside. Put your hate for one side or the other aside. Look at reality. Do just a little bit of research, and you'll see this war isn't about freedom. It's about power, money, and control. And the only people paying the price are the ones who have no say.
I could definitely agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him for, putting that into place because that's definitely the truth. Come on now. We all know the little Napoleon wannabe guy sitting around here, talking out the side of his neck, trying to make the United States give him more money. That's not going to go. Sign the deal, Zelensky. So, okay, we're going to go here now, and we're going to check this out. And I just want to play this to see what you guys think. Here we go. Hold on.
Putin said, we don't have to have this war. We can end it. Zelensky, on the other side, was like, we don't have to have this war. We can end it. But he was under the advisement of the U.S. federal government. The U.S. federal government said, you can't cave this quickly. We can give you a bunch of money. We can help you fight this war. We can turn you into like a beacon of hope for the rest of the world. In August, we're going to like have you take back most of Ukraine. Well, all that then played out. Everybody thought that the war was going to be over in weeks, right? I was out there saying it's not going to last very long. Well, then there was a twist, and then there was another twist, and then there was yet another twist, and then there was a spring offensive that was fully funded by the West that nobody saw coming, that was a successful feint in the north and the south and blah, blah, blah. And Ukraine came back and took back, I think it was like 5% of the land that Russia had taken. Well, then after that, there was this issue of a long-term conflict. In the face of that long-term conflict, Zelensky went back to his U.S. advisors again, and he was like, are you guys going to be there with me forever? And now we were kind of like, we'll back you as long as possible under these conditions. You let us use our weapons, and you let us be this, and you let us dictate that, and you do what we tell you to do.
So, that's where we at right there. Tell me what you guys think about that scenario, because I believe it. Definitely, you know, that's what happened. Of course, we all know that the Biden administration gave Zelensky so many billions of dollars and things like that. And that's the reason why he decided to go head on and go through it. Are you going to be with me forever? Hell no. Zelensky was depending on the fact that he thought that the Biden administration was going to get another term. And yeah, he was dependent on that. And this is the reason why we're at where we're at now. And Zelensky's talking out the side of his neck. And, you know, he wants to keep going now because he got gassed up by the previous administration and he's deep off in it. And, he, you know, his face is in the mud, basically. His face is in the mud and he's scared to pull it out. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.